Hello and welcome to Comic Island. My name is Arden, and today we're going to talk about Netflix's Daredevil series. So, last week I didn't have a chance to do one of these kind of newsy videos. It was Easter and my computer was not working, so it was just kind of easier to just skip that one. But I do want to do these every Sunday, so for this week, what with the Netflix Daredevil series coming out last Friday, or like 2 days ago on Friday, I thought it'd be fun to review this one. So these are just kind of my early impressions. I've been watching this show before I go to bed, so it's kind of been my haphazard opinions based on the 3 to 4 episodes worth of content I've seen over 7 episodes, because I'll fall asleep and it'll just keep playing, but I just keep going because I get the idea of the show. And I'm just going to share my early thoughts about it. So overall, this is a pretty awesome show. I was really impressed by it, really blown away. I will say at first I was kind of ambivalent towards it, very it's okay, but it wasn't anything fantastic. It looked and felt like a lot of the other prequel-y live action shows they like to do. Very, they all seem to come from this idea of Smallville, of doing stuff like Smallville. So we see Daredevil before he's Daredevil. But I get the impression that this is kind of more like The Flash, and we'll just see his early stages of being a hero until he becomes fully costumed and stuff like that. So I'm not worried about it being like Smallville. If anything, this is a really serialized live action series, which is kind of cool. So knowing that it's on Netflix, they don't have to worry about each episode being self-contained. So the story unravels a lot more slowly, but in a good way. It's paced out very nicely. So overall, this is a really awesome TV series. In basically every metric, in terms of production quality, casting, and all these other choices, it is miles ahead of the Daredevil movie, which is hilarious when you think about it, because I don't know what the budget is for this show, but there's no way they spent as much on making this TV show as they did, whoever did on making the movie. And that's impressive, because it looks much better, it feels much better, and the story's just so much better. So it's great to see Daredevil finally properly represented, even if it is on Netflix. I don't care. Video is video. So I'm just super happy that that's happening. Overall, yeah, like I said, I really like it. It's just so well shot. So much is done technically well. They have this great scene where there's this guy humming in the car, and the camera's in the car too, and it's panning around the car just in a circle, going from side window to rear window, side window to front, and just doing this circle. And the first time it does it, there's nothing, just it's a dark alley. The second time it comes around, you see Daredevil kind of standing in the background, he just appears out of nowhere. And then it comes around again, and he's getting closer, and then it goes around to the back, and you see these Russian mob guys walking out onto into the alley. And then this awesome fight scene happens. We're still just seeing it from the car, and then it goes back around and pans out, and you see him kind of rescue the guy, I think, or I don't know what he did exactly, but he beats the crap out of those guys, and it's just so well done. And that's par for the course. All these shots are just so beautifully done. Everything's kind of nicely put together. I love the storyline. It kind of deals with gentrification and all these issues, so it has this merit to it, and it's a really interesting show. I just kind of got through the most of the episode featuring Stick, and holy cow, he was amazing. And there were hints of the Hand at the end of that episode, so I am just so excited to see more Daredevil stuff come in. It isn't quite I love The Flash. That's probably my favorite live action TV series, and each week they kind of have a new villain coming in, but they do such a good job with Captain Cold and the Rogues, Reverse Flash, and even Gorilla Grodd. And The Flash just does villains really well, and they dole it out nicely, especially for a week-to-week show like that. For this one, they aren't doling out characters as much, but man, I'm excited to see when they do, from what I've seen, because everyone's great. The Kingpin's really good. He kind of whispers when he talks, but it goes well for when he gets angry, because it's just such a dichotomy between the two that you see that he's holding this stuff in, but he actually is very tightly self-controlled by and large, and kind of a very soft-spoken man who's just very powerful and dangerous, and you don't want to underestimate. So I think that's phenomenal. I really loved how they depicted the Kingpin in this. I still like Michael Clark Duncan. That's the only thing from the movie that I actually like a little more than the TV show. Michael Clark Duncan, he had the voice, He had the size and the strength of Kingpin. Everything was perfect about that. That movie was god-awful. Michael Clark Duncan was great in it. And it was just a good casting choice. Terrible movie, terrible writing, like Kingpin had awful lines in that, but man, like he was good as that. In the series, Kingpin is good. I just don't like him quite as much, but that's a small complaint. Like, I don't actually view that against the show. I just, in comparing the two, that's the one aspect that I actually think they did a little bit better in the movie. But that's it. Everyone else is better cast. I love who they cast for Foggy Nelson, Ben Urich, even Karen Page. Like, they all were really well cast. Night Nurse is great too, with, I think her name's Rosario Dawson, I'm not sure. Whatever her name is. She's friggin' really cool too. So I just can't wait to see more of this series. I haven't finished all of it so far. I might be able to do like a vlog going through each episode and stuff, but for now I just figured I'd give a quick review of my early impressions, which are mostly positive. Like, at first I was very ambivalent. I tweeted out, like, I just find The Flash better. I still do. I love that show, and it's still going to be my favorite, but man, this is a close second now. And I can't wait. Like, they do a lot of kind of obnoxious references to the first Avengers movie, and that's okay. But they have a lot, like, they have a lot planned in the future, right? So I'm really looking forward to references to Luke Cage, the Defenders, Iron Fist. These characters in the Daredevil series will probably show up in those series, so I'm just so pumped for that. So glad that this is good, because it just means that all of these future shows are super promising now. So I can't wait for that. That's going to be great. And we have Age of Ultron around the corner, so that's going to be really awesome. A couple of you have been asking for like Daredevil-related content, especially with this show. This is obviously a quick thing, but I do have something a little bigger planned in the near future, so you can look forward to that. I'm also going to do that for Age of Ultron. I have 2 top 10 lists to kind of reflect both of them, and hopefully Daredevil will get out as soon as possible, and Age of Ultron hopefully too. Other than that, I'm also working on the top 10 best heroes, so I have everyone's votes. I'm just editing that video together now, so that should be out within the next couple days or so. And so you can look forward to that too. So, a lot of awesome stuff coming out. This series is great, so I'm really happy about that. Like I said, I might do individual vlogs, but for now I'm just going to stick with Green Lantern, the animated series, and then Young Justice after that, because people were requesting that one too. And that's about it. So I hope you guys liked this review. I know it's just a little quick thing, but it's just content to hold you guys over until something bigger and better comes along. Let me know in the comments section below what you guys think of the Daredevil series. I'm always interested in your opinions. Most people seem to really like this series based on what I was hearing on Twitter, so that's always great. Yeah, I really did too. So other than that, feel free to like, subscribe, and keep reading comics, and I'll see you guys later this week.